Hi friends, it's Jason Teed, owner of JMT Choreography. I'm so glad you guys are watching this YouTube series I've called Warrior Woman. So let me break it down. So I've traveled the world in my professional and my personal life, and there's been one common thread throughout the whole thing. I have met and traveled with the most amazing, life-changing women. Every gym I do choreography for is owned by a female, and they know what it means to hustle. This is the reason why I'm doing this series. The series isn't about me, but this is for the thousands of athletes that I've coached to show them that it can be anything they want to be. I hope you guys all enjoy. This warrior woman was inducted into the USASF Hall of Fame in 2010. She was the winner of the Pinnacle Award in 2009. She served on the board of directors. She was on the Rules, Leadership, and Tumbling Committee for the USASF. She also helped write Fundamentals, a new progressive entry-level program for the USASF. She's won worlds in every major competition, including high school and college nationals. Everyone, please welcome the one, the only, Debbie Love.
How are you?
You know, hanging in there, doing the best I can.
Same here. Just taking it one day at a time. That's all I can do.
Yes, I've actually kind of enjoyed it because I got to do some more projects, but staying home is not the greatest. I'm an outdoors person, so.
Yes, I've been walking in the rain and just about anything you can think of. I got to get outside a lot.
I know. Being in the house is just a lot.
It is, but that's all right. I'm probably going to be in better shape out when I get out of this than I've been in a long time.
I've worked out more than I have probably the past year or so.
Absolutely. Oh, me.
How are you doing given our certain circumstances that we're going through nowadays?
Well, at first it was kind of it was a big surprise, but I'm kind of enjoying the silence and kind of enjoying the alone time. I miss, being able to hug my grandchildren and being able to hug all the kids I work with and coaches throughout the world and the U.S. But I'm enjoying it because I'm using it for a lot of self-development and just, rethinking about goals in life and where I want to be when we get back to normal. But overall, I'm doing okay. Not that I don't have feelings of frustration and boredom and overwhelmingness. It's just, that's the part of it. Mm-hmm. But all in all, I think it's important that all of us understand, as I have a hard time understanding it, but overcoming obstacles and hardships is just a stepping stone to success.
Yes, it is. I definitely agree. I've done many dream boards, I feel like, and many things I'm excited to work. But some days I'm like, I'm just going to lay on the couch. Today is the day.
Right.
Okay. Next one. Tell us about your gym business brand and what you would consider to be its mission.
Well, what I do is that I'm an international and national consultant in all things that are related to cheer, specifically in sports psychology, tumbling, baskets, and injury prevention conditioning. I do a lot of stunting as well. But I would say that my primary motivation and everything is that I would like my mission statement, if you want to call it that, would be to create a positive environment in which all athletes and coaches and people that I come in contact with grow in their character and integrity to be great people, because in growing and developing into being a great person, then we will be better at whatever job it is that we have to do, whether that be an athlete, a coach, a choreographer, or whatever job that we do.
Or a human in general. I mean, I've talked to you many times, and just speaking to you as, yes, cheerleading and everything, but just the aura of being a human and being just a better person and working on that is just amazing.
Right.
How do you think All-Star Cheerleading and other women-run businesses empower the female youth?
Okay, I think that females are just as capable as anyone else at running businesses, thinking for themselves. I think really we have to empower ourselves. We have to affirm ourselves daily. We have to be telling ourselves that we're okay, that we're enough, that we can do this. And I think cheerleading, that's what it's all about. It is building confidence in young people and telling them that they're okay the way they are and they can be whoever they want to be. But I think that it empowers women specifically, but men as well, to be their very best. And that's going to help us in a lifetime in whatever journey that we pursue to maximize the potential that we have.
Next one. Explain what you do in your personal and just your answers are so good, and I'm just like, oh, I'm so glad this is happening. Okay. Explain what you do
Thank
in your
you.
personal. You're welcome. Explain what you do in your personal and professional life that makes you to ensure you're leading by example and making an impact. So, what's a little few things that you keep yourself in check to make sure that you're doing your best?
Well, that's just a great question. And it's one that I think of actually 24/7. I There's a lot of things in life that I have chosen not to partake in or be a part in because I would never want one of my athletes ever to see me in that position. Not that those things are wrong, but they might be a stumbling block to another child or someone who is looking up to me. I like to ask myself this question, and that is if a 3-year old looked at me and said, I want to be just like you, and they followed me around all day, would that be a good thing? If the answer to that is yes, then I've done my job. I really keep myself in check with that question.
Yeah, that's very good to have a 3-year-old look up to you because they're always looking at you when you don't even realize it at the gym.
Exactly. And somebody's always looking at you,
Of course.
wherever you are, always.
What is one piece of information you wish all girls and young women knew?
I wish they understood how important it is to set in concrete your core principles when you're young and not depart from them and not compromise yourself ever. I've had the same principles that I followed for my whole lifetime, and they were developed when I was young. And there were times when I was faced with the question of whether I was going to compromise who I was to make somebody else happy or to be a part of something that was important. And I chose not to. Not that I always choose not to, but in those cases I did. And I think all women and all young people need to understand that you need to know what your roots are and you need to stick to your roots no matter what.
And it's okay to say no to
It is
things.
fine to say no,
It is okay to say no.
and it's not going to hurt your reputation.
No, there is none yet. So we're all at home, so no
Right.
one has one right now. What advice about integrating women empowerment into businesses would you give to other organizations?
I would say that women are exceptionally qualified to do anything they choose to do. And I know that in general, when a woman decides and puts her mind to doing something, she is going to be the number one person in that business. When you find a woman who is driven to excellence in every part of her life, you're going to find an employee or a person that will always be loyal to you, that will always do the job 100%. They're going to do the best they possibly can do because that's just the way we are. We're empathetic, we're emotional, yes. But when we are driven toward excellence, that is what you're going to see.
I agree, and that's the reason why I'm doing this, so everyone realizes that this is a thing.
Mhm.
Okay, this one is a big one. How can we do about changing the stigma associated with cheerleading? Obviously, we've heard all about it, and we all want to do something, but I don't think we know what to do. So, what advice would you have for that?
Cheerleading is a great sport. It it teaches so many wonderful lessons, life lessons, and values. I attribute pretty much what I am to my faith and to the experiences that I had as a cheerleader throughout my career, from my seventh grade all the way through my college. And then even now, I learn more every day. I think what we have to do is if every one of us committed to standing strong to our principles, that everything would be better. We
Mm-hmm.
think so many times, we think that we have to be like the Joneses, we have to be like everybody
Mm-hmm.
else, or we have to somewhat compromise a little bit of who we are so that we can be something bigger or get enough likes on Facebook or Twitter or Instagram. And I think it's time that we understand that cheerleading as an industry is made up of people, different kinds of people. And if every one of us was accepting, unconditionally loving and accepting of every other person, it would be a lot better community. And I think we are. We are a very
Mm-hmm.
diverse community, but I don't think we are always inclusive in that diversity. We are very diverse. But the inclusivity of everyone has to happen. And not only that, we do have to stand for something or we'll fall for anything. And I think that's the biggest message I'd like to get out there. We just need to stand firm on something that we believe in, on the mission that we believe in.
Yeah, stand on something all together, and that way we can all change it together. I love that. All right, my favorite question. Why do you love the cheerleading world?
Oh my goodness. Well, I kind of just answered that.
Yes.
And cheerleading gives you such an array of contributions to your life. Like, it is such a good trainer for your body physically. It takes tons of mental strength. You have to learn to handle the highs and lows of emotions and learn how to reduce your stress load. It teaches us perseverance and
Mm-hmm.
how to never quit. It teaches us integrity, standing up for what you believe in. It just teaches so many values, and that's why I love it. It's my passion. It's what I wake up every morning ready to do, is to learn something new about it and to relay that learning or that knowledge to other people.
Yeah. I love cheerleading. I've been doing it since I was a kid, and I still love every day the same thing. Waking up, it's just the most wonderful thing.
It is, isn't it?
It is. Advice for all the cheerleaders out there during this difficult time. I know that a lot of people are doing Zoom classes, and I know that the USASF has actually put out a bunch of videos. What other advice would you actually give out to them?
Well, the thing is, there's a lot of emotions during this time,
Mm-hmm.
and you have to acknowledge those emotions. We need to be transparent with each other, let each other know how we're feeling, and then we need to accept those feelings. We need to acknowledge those emotions that we're having and then to reframe them into positivity. I know today a lot of people are hurting because, of course, Worlds is canceled, and
Mm-hmm.
I think that's really hard for people. But when my dad died, someone said to me this particular statement. Said, you need to focus on the moments that you had, not the what ifs or not the things that haven't happened yet. And so I guess the biggest piece of advice is to focus on what you have had this year, on the opportunities as coaches to serve athletes, on athletes, the opportunities to have relationships with your teammates. We need to focus on the positive moments that we've had, the ability that each of us has to be a servant leader.
Yeah, because those moments are the moments that make up cheerleading.
It's the journey.
It's
And
always
we
the
need to
journey.
focus. We need to focus on the journey, not the end result.
Agreed. All right, last one. What are you most excited for next season? As of right now, we don't know what's happening because I
Right.
believe that my state, I'm in Michigan, just got extended for another month.
Yep.
So as
I'm
of
in
right,
Kentucky as well. Same thing.
okay,
I've
so
got
we're in
a
the we're in the group of
yes.
the Midwest states of doing everything together. So
Right.
um, what are you excited for? I mean,
I'm excited because I think throughout this whole pandemic, I think we're going to see changes. I'm excited to see when people come back that I really feel we're going to be a better organization because of this experience.
I agree.
All of the virtual training has made us just want to be with each other, want us to hug each other. And I think we're going to see a new change in direction of cheerleading where it goes back to the journey is important, where it's important. Relationships are super important because we're not going to take those things for granted anymore. So I'm just really excited to see the different direction that I really believe that our industry is going to go.
Me too. I feel like everything's going to become a lot tighter, and we're really going to focus, like you said, on the journey and training. My kids are
Yes.
really excited to start training again, and they realize
Right.
how much they were actually doing.
Hmm.
Because obviously they were just worried about that comp or that showcase, but really you're
Right.
like, there's a lot of hours for that 2 minutes and 30 seconds that we need
Right.
to be excited for
And I
too.
think we're going to see an increase, excuse me, in technique driven.
Hmm.
I also think that we're going to see more principle driven people rather than power driven.
Yeah, I would agree with that too.
Hmm.
All right, Debbie, thank you so much. This was so much fun.
Thank you for having me, Jason. And
um,
you have a great day.
you too. Is there any websites you would like to give a shout out that they can reach you at? Or I
This is
know.
my for the love of tumbling.com is my website.
Hmm.
The email on there is wrong. Let me give you the correct email now. It's Debbie, DEBBIE .USASF @gmail.com.
Perfect.
So, and if anyone needs to ask any questions further, I'm always available.
Thank you so much, and thank you for being my first one.
Oh, you're so welcome. I hope you have a great time doing this.
Me too, me too. All right, you have a
Thank
good day.
you. Thank you.
All right, bye-bye. You guys, wasn't she amazing? I had so much fun working on this project, and I have so many more videos to show you. So you know what I'm going to say. Make sure you guys subscribe to my channel. And make sure you guys follow me on Instagram for all the up-to-date posts. Until next time, bye.